Go ahead.
Mike, you talk about toughness a lot, but really, how difficult is it to put it into play after yesterday's unusual ending?
Yeah, and one of the things I just said to the team is, we've had a lot of great moments, this year and throughout, but, yesterday was hard. Yesterday when you had them and really felt, and this is not to take anything away from Mississippi State, but we blew it. A couple plays that we just misplay, and you knew they'd make a charge, but then when you lose it here on their field, that was hard. That was hard, I think, for all of us to swallow yesterday. But yeah, we've been that team that's been resilient, tough, that's been able to handle it, and it happens in our league. In our league, in the SEC, you're going to get kicked in the face. You're going to have to get off the mat, and today we did. We played really well in all phases. I thought Sam was tremendous today, as good as he's been all year. Just really spotting up his fastball and his breaking ball, and of course change up. Defensively, we were outstanding. Turned a couple double plays. Allen continues to just be terrific behind the plate, and then of course it's all about offense. 20 hits. Some great days by a lot of guys, but really proud the way we showed up today. After last night.
A lot of two-out hits, a lot of hits with runners in scoring position. What was kind of key with that success?
I just think, just great at bats. There's too many pitchers to say, like we did on Friday night, the approach and whatnot. I think it was our day, but again, I think it starts with an attitude. I think it starts with a belief, and when we walked into the team meeting before we got here, I could tell that they were ready to go. It was a quiet bus ride back to the hotel last night, but I could tell this morning they were ready to go.
You talk about taking a series, being in any way basically from a sweep, just going in, returning home against a team like LSU.
Yeah, well, on the road, it's not a secret that we've blown a couple on the road here, and to win here, was big. To keep that momentum going into next week, and big series obviously against them, and be highlighted with the ESPN game on Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But I don't know if they won today, but I know they won the first two games. So obviously a very talented team.
Austin Anderson, halfway point of the league. He's been as good as anybody in the league right now. He's really making
Yeah, he's terrific. I mean, he really underrated at third base and what he does, and the plays that he makes on the slow rollers, the bunts, and those types of things. But and the great thing about him is he's a left-handed hitter that handles the left-handed pitchers. We don't have to worry about him. We've never had to juggle him facing the left-handers, and but just a guy that can hit the ball, he can hit it out, he sprays the ball all over the field, and you watch him, it's just so many good at-bats in a row. I mean, he just continues, even when he doesn't get hits, he's just not an easy out up there.
Another consistent outing from Sam.
Yeah, like I said earlier, as good as I've seen him, and that's saying a lot. I mean, he's pitched well, but I thought today, his fastball was really, outstanding. Down in the zone, just throwing balls on the knees, in and out. I just think he, sitting in the dugout, and especially yesterday, us talking about how to pitch, the different guys. I think we had a good game plan, but it's only as good as you execute it. And today I thought he was terrific.
Practically, give you about what you kind of expect from him this weekend. A couple stolen 500, a couple stolen base, a couple walks.
Yeah, the offensively we were really good this weekend. One of the things that Keith was saying on the air, and it's true, how well we run. And with Braxton, really swinging it well. Remember a few weeks ago he's hitting 215. We got off to a great start, then fell into a slump. Now I'm assuming he's back over 300, and he's such a threat on the bases that it's hard to quantify. How that helps the other guys, because they got to really defend against the steal, and how that helps Boz, Anderson, Allen. Not the way they're swinging, not that they need a lot of help, but that's certainly that's a big deal for us.
What does it mean, Mike, for you in Mississippi to reassert yourself in this rivalry, to win the last year, win the series, come here, win the series, bounce back? I mean, how big is that for the program?
I don't know if we look at it that way. That's for you guys to write about. We've had success, here, and we've had success for, I don't know, when you say reestablish. They played great at the end of the year last year and got to the World Series, and I think that's always a huge thing, and that's our goal. We want to get to the World Series and play for a national championship. But I think our record is pretty good against them.
Coach, one thing that you had, this is like your 9th road win. Does that kind of speak to what the mentality of this team?
Well, we've left some on the table on the road. That's the disappointing thing. I mean, we had 3 games that, you you shouldn't have lost any of them. And
Yeah.
so 3 of those losses. So. Yeah, I think the team's tough. I think we handled it, but to win on the road here, I think is always a big deal.